I wanted to be the leader I never had. And that's what excited me about getting back into the fray was I was going to just make a pivot, a very conscious, purposeful pivot from being the hard charging, results at all costs, bang my fist on the desk guy to being a more collaborative, trying to really connect with my colleagues and those that work around me. But here's where the rubber hit the road. So I made the decision, joined the company. I'm on board for about 60 days. I haven't met my entire leadership team. I'd only met my direct reports. And I wanted to get in front of them and have some FaceTime with them and just kind of learn more about the next couple layers of our leadership team. So I brought all of our team, all the leaders into, the top 40 or 50 leaders, I should say, into Lawrence, Kansas. And the night before I was going to address this team, dude, I was terrified. I had no idea what I was going to say. The spirit or the spirit of the message had to be, I need you to be successful. And by that, I meant that very honestly. Like, there's no way I'll be successful in this role if we aren't doing this together. And I'd like to think you'd be better off having worked with me. In other words, not quite as strongly, but I'd like to think you need me. So then I got to thinking, it's like, well, what are the scenarios and the things that would drive you crazy in big corporate America that you now have an opportunity to not just talk about it, but actually change it with a massive organization. So that evening, I'm in my hotel room. It's probably midnight, and I'm faced with a blank PowerPoint. And I just said, all right, listen, I'm just going to start documenting what I want us to be known for, how we're going to treat each other. Number one, like what do we do for one another before we even talk about serving anybody externally? And Justin, maybe 2 hours later, I had these 10 sentences in front of me, and they each still do begin with the word we. And I'm not super creative, so here are the 10 we's. And they were my vehicle to kind of establish what I stood for as a leader, but more importantly, I think they established essentially rules for behavior.